Hello, rock stars, Matt Vanderbo here. Hey, if you've been watching my channel, you will know that I continually preach the importance of starting off your music with a bang. So if you haven't yet, check out this video
or this one.
And in those videos, you will see why I am so adamant that composers start off their musical cues by delivering the goods from beat one, bar one. But what happens if a production company does not want you to start that way and they would prefer a slower burn intro? Well, that's the position I found myself in about 5 years ago, so I had to pivot and develop a new way to start tracks, which I call the low ace section. And if you stick with me for a few minutes, I'll tell you all about it. So baby, let's dive in. So let's go back to a standard deck of playing cards, beginning with the ace being the most powerful, followed by the king, then the queen, then the jack, etc. Now, in the game of blackjack, the ace is especially powerful because it can fill two numerical values. It could be an 11 or it could be a 1. Now, in my strategy of arrangement called the king, queen, jack, ace, the ace I'm talking about there is an 11, okay? It's the closing section of your piece. It is your big conclusion where everything is in and you are just hitting the listener with all the emotion or all the energy or all the whatever that is in your piece. Now that is the high ace worth 11. At this point, an inquisitive composer might be saying, well, what the heck is the low ace? And that's a great question. I am so glad you asked. A low ace is really no different than the high ace. It is just an entirely whittled back version of the high ace. So quick backstory, about 5 years ago, I got connected with a music library that was supplying music to almost all of the shows on the Bravo network. They really liked my composition style, but they wanted a slower burn introduction. Well, that flies in the face of everything that I teach. So after playing around with different ideas and going back and forth with the library owner, I finally developed a method which is a simple copy and paste of the high ace section at the end of a track, copying it and pasting it at the beginning of the track before the king section, and then making extra judicious use of the delete key. So my ace section would typically have my lead line or my melody or my motif, my theme, whatever you want to call it. When I pasted it at the beginning of the section, what I just simply did was erase everything that was not the lead line. So drums, gone. Bass, gone. Any pads, gone. Extra percussive elements, mostly gone. Any counter melodies, sometimes gone. But most of this stuff was just jettisoned right into oblivion. And that really left me with just my lead line. And once I stripped all that stuff away, I had this very, very sparse section that was built on the 11, the high ace, but all the extra stuff was gone. So the energy was really removed. Now I did still have the identifiable melody. So that was the most important part. And the key with a good low ace section is that even though you're starting off sparse, it still has to be captivating. So what we do not want to do with our low ace section is we don't want to just leave boring chordal pads. And we definitely don't want to leave anything like a guitar strum. Get rid of that stuff. The lead line is probably going to be your most captivating way to start when you have to delete everything else. So it's a very simple process. You are just highlighting sections and then deleting. And I found this to be so usable that my cues have been proliferating on the Bravo network for the past number of years. Anything from all the Real Housewives shows, the Below Deck series, the $1 Million Listing shows, Vanderpump Rules, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. My music with these low ace sections are everywhere on that entire network. Now, when it's all said and done, your ace section at the beginning of your cue is probably going to be way too long for a real low ace. So not only are we deleting elements to make it very sparse, you are probably deleting overall time as well. A good low A section will only be about 8 to 12 seconds. So if you've got a 16 bar progression, we'll whittle that down to 8. So not only is the music going to get sparser, but the overall length is going to be condensed as well. And what that leaves you with is a nice little sparse section that stands on its own. Now when that low ace is over, then we are going to come in with our standard lead-in. Check this video out for more info on lead-ins, and then move into the king, queen, jack, ace, and it's business as usual. Let me give you some examples because sometimes it just helps to hear this stuff. Here's the first example. You ready? And then we're in. So it's just very, very sparse. Let's hit it again. Okay, here's another example. Just a repeated dun 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 bam, and then we're in. This is super easy. It's not like I'm composer of the year by writing 4 notes and repeating them 4 times, but it works. Here it is again. Okay, and then the lead in brings us right into the king section. So this little low ace right at the beginning. Here's another. Sneaky. And then we're in. Okay, that one was 11 seconds. Let's take another listen. And then instead of the drum lead in, it's just got the melodic pickup. Dun 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 dun. Here's another. All right, so even though these are very, very sparse, they are still captivating. So we are passing the first 4-second test because that lead line, even though there's nothing else going on, is still good enough to keep a listener going. Let's do another one. Aren't these fun? Let's listen one more time. Dun, dun, bum, bum, dun, dun. They're super fun and super easy. And you know what? Even though we are not starting out guns blazing, we are still starting out captivating. Here's the last example. Okay, again, I'm not winning composer of the year by going dun 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 dun. I mean that's 4 notes, people, over and over and over again. Take me to a music theory class in college and watch those students and professors rip me into shreds by how simple and easy this stuff is. There's no theory behind this crap. It's just 4 notes and you repeat them. Let's play it again. So I hope you get the point that sometimes slower intros are requested by libraries, so you need to be able to supply those, and the low ace is a great solution to that quandary. And with this information, I hope you can put it into practice right away so that you can make lots of music, get lots of placements, and make lots of money, baby! Let's go!